James Ernest of the Gruel and Truth Radio Network here with the GM and head coach of Bearcat Jam, Melvin Levett. Melvin, tell us, recently you dropped a video on Facebook about TBT and your new GoFundMe account. How do people contribute?
We have the link set up amongst our several social media feeds between Facebook and Twitter. That they can, just chime in, click the link, man, and, click on and give whatever they can. Or, we're just asking if people, can share the link too as well. I know, times and money, it's tight for everybody, and things like that. So, but in sharing this, you never know whose social media feed or whose ear is going to come across, as far as trying to help us achieve this goal. Maybe that right person out there that wants to help a situation like this. So you can chime in at GoFundMe, Team Bearcat Jam GoFundMe program, and make a donation there. Or again, like I said, just if you can share it, that would be greatly appreciated as well.
Excellent. So what are the social media links that you have?
We're on Facebook at Bearcat Jam, and we're on Twitter as well at Bearcat Jam CBT. As well, I'm on LinkedIn personally, on the LinkedIn database personally as Melvin Levett, General Manager of Team Bearcat Jam, so they can reach me there as well.
Excellent. And the nice thing about this is it's not just about the former Bearcats playing basketball. You all are also having a youth component to it?
Yes. That was something that I, obviously with every place that I've been, I've always been very appreciative to getting that opportunity to, be a part of that school district and be a part of those young kids' lives. So whenever I've done anything, whether it's basketball camps, games that I've actually played in at the University of Cincinnati, whatever it is I've done, I've tried to extend the invitation to kids that, are formerly coached, parents that I've formerly been involved with, just to continue to share in, what Melvin Levett is doing, because they were a part of helping Melvin Levett's process. And a lot of the kids that I have coached are grown men now, obviously, and, they're on the social media, and it's great to see these kids as young men now, forming their lives, and they have families, and they're in careers, and it just, again, it does me proud to see this stuff. Often envisioned it, when I was in high school, watching other athletes come back to see the coaches that I was involved in, and wondered if I would ever be in that position, as a coach, to have players come back and see me. And I've been invited to weddings. I've been invited to all kinds of things, man. Going back to just recently, the class I had at Coleraine High School. I just went to their graduation this past year for some of my basketball players. So to touch the lives that I have touched, man, to be a part of so many people is very special, and it's a blessed situation for me to be in. So I extended that offer to the Wynwood's athletic family, the YMCA youth group, and very, very special Cincinnati Youth Collaborative Saturday Morning Hoops program, which, I, Ed Berg, and Bill Lambert, who's tied with me, he's going to enjoy this one. Me and Bill are still tied. Bill Lambert are still tied, obviously, and we can never break that record. We're tied for the most points in UC history. I think it's like maybe 32nd or 36 or something on the list, something like that. But we often joke back and forth about having a free throw contest to break the record, to see who would take the lead spot. But we helped start the Saturday Morning Hoops program over 8 years ago. And now it has flourished, and I'm happy to see the people that are still involved with it, that have taken control over it now at this juncture, and continue to run it along. But we also introduced the first dribble-a-thon that they have associated with this event now. I was just there a couple years ago, but it started out as the Bob Huggins dribble-a-thon, when he was here. He lended his name to it, which was a great shot to Cincinnati, and the program program that we had just started. And from there, again, we were able to do some things and create some things each year in the Washington Park area with the celebration around May with a Triple of Dawn event. In past years, I've been into so many other things with basketball and my exploits that I haven't been able to develop as much of my time as I used to with starting it. But again, in paying homage to where, I know I had an impact and I know where people had impact on me, I wanted to, again, extend this invitation and involve them as well because this is huge for our city. These kids are huge in my heart. They're part of the city, and they're our future student athletes. So I want to give them a memorable, positive experience, exciting experience with taking part in this.
Speaking of positive and learning experiences, here at the YMCA, you're going to be doing a basketball clinic.
Yes, I have a basketball clinic set up July 14th, ages 4 to 12. We're going to go from 12 to probably, I'm trying to get it from 12, it's 12 to 3 right now, but I'm trying to go an extra hour just to give, kids a little bit more time and give me a little bit more time to, just spread the wealth of Melvin Levett a little bit. Take some pictures, sign some extra autographs, all that good stuff. But yes, it'll be like it'll be a basketball skills clinic where again we're going to have the instruction for if you're just sharpening your game or if you're just starting in the game. We got all kind of instructions for you at the fundamental level. You're engaging and having fun with others at the same time. And like I said, some will learn at the same speed, but some will have some advanced things as well.
Excellent.
That will be located at the Hamilton Fitton YMCA, and we're also going to have one at the Fairfield Family YMCA.
Nice. So that's for athletes age 4 to 12?
Yep. I've been asked about the little ones a lot. I do a lot of work with kids starting at the 6th grade level and on up. And I'm often asked about camps for little kids. And when I first started out doing camps at the YMCA, I did camps at the little kid level, which was great. Some of the kids are in there and they're bright-eyed and the ball is bigger than them. But they're just in there having fun, and stuff like that. So I enjoy that process. But then you have some young kids that come in there with that fire, and want to learn, and they're dribbling that ball 100 miles an hour, and so those are the other ones that you gotta look forward to. So I'm looking forward to that opportunity.
Nice. That is awesome that there's opportunity for the kids to learn from you, and I'm sure there'll be other coaches there helping out. And
I got one here right now. His name is Dane Blaylock.
Nice.
Dane is a 9th grader now at Hamilton High School, getting ready to be a sophomore. And he came to one of my YMCA camps in East Butler County when he was 5 years old. Right? He's sitting right here, right now, enjoying an A&W root beer, some Arby's curly fries. He's got him looks like a McFlurry over there from McDonald's. The kid is everywhere. He's eating everything. He's an athlete. He's a baseball star right now, playing in the Hamilton League, baseball leagues. But again, it's cool to see this kid now where he is as a sophomore again, and he was at one of my first camps as a 5-year-old. So this is great. I can put him on if you want to say hello to him.
Okay.
Or if you want to say hello.
Yeah.
Or, podcast. Say hello. Hello?
Hello. Are you excited about coaching up the kids at the YMCA?
Yeah.
Excellent. So what have you learned from Melvin? Or Coach Levett?
Shit, I don't know, really. There's you right here. There's a picture right there. There's you sitting right there in the corner. Like that, dude.
So tell us about some of the experiences you've had with him.
What'd you say?
Tell us about some of the experiences you've had with him coaching you.
I can't really remember it, to be honest. It's so long ago.
No worries. It's all good. So are you excited about your sophomore year?
Yeah, I am.
Excellent. What do you feel has been your biggest improvement from your freshman to your sophomore?
Um, Probably my baseball skills have got better.
Sounds great. What do you feel your team's chances are coming up this year?
We won GMC last year for baseball, so I think we'll do better this year.
Sounds great. If you could give Melvin the phone back, or Coach Levett.
Yep.
That's awesome, man. Thanks, James, man. Yeah, man, this kid, he's looking at the picture. I got the picture of him at the camp, and he's sitting over there. Again, as a little kid, man, as you said, he probably don't remember much because, he was 5 years old. But, one thing about, basketball camps, James, and just being a part of sports situation, period. A lot of the kids that I've coached and I've trained in basketball may have not went into basketball when they've gotten older. Some went to cross country. Some went to baseball. Some played football. I have one that's a Navy SEAL right now. I have one working in the big time financial field. But what I'm basically getting at is this: is that you may not stick with the game, but what the game teaches you, or whatever team situation that you're a part of, you can find your niche for life, whatever it is that you want to apply it to. And hopefully through some of the organizational things I was able to create for some of these kids who are now, again, at the levels of having a success in different fields, hopefully through what we taught, motivation, attitude, dedication, perseverance, respect, hopefully some of those things, help them find their niche, into what they were able to get into.
Exactly. It's not just about the sport, it's about the life lessons you learn.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that is awesome that there are going to be opportunities for the younger people to learn from you. But what about the older fans, the fans that, watched you play at UC or watched you play in high school or watched you play in the pros that want to do some type of meet and greet thing with you? Is there going to be any opportunities coming up with that?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We have a new promotion. I'm going to set the dates for that, and I'll definitely shoot you that through the social media. PW3 in Norwood, Mr. John Weagle, manager there, has allowed me to come down and do a couple more promotions before the tournament begins. So I'm going to get a couple dates lined up with him where I'll go down there and just got to promote, Bearcat Jam and what's going on. Once the guys do get in town here, we have guys scheduled to start getting in the 13th. Once guys start getting in, we will start setting up our meet and greet process through the locations that we have right now, which is Wentworth High School, West Hill Sports Mall, and the University of Cincinnati that we'll use also, for kind of like, meet and greet situations, but we'll put locations down as well. I would like to do some type of a fantasy camp. I know there's a lot of Melvin Levett fans out there as grown men. A lot of the guys invite me to go play at some of the local YMCAs or, some of the leagues that they've been playing, and I've been, kind of reluctant the last couple years of doing that due to the fact that, my load is so heavy as far as my responsibilities. But with this whole TBT thing and now really, getting back in the swing of things with this basketball stuff, and, I would love to put something on like that for a lot of the older gentlemen, that watched Melvin Levett through his time through University of Cincinnati and enjoyed Melvin Levett's time at the University of Cincinnati. So you might just give me an idea, James. I might have to do something like that. I know I'm not Michael Jordan, although I do get confused with him sometimes. Some people do say, hey, man, you look like Mike a little bit. I appreciate that. I wish I had a little bit of Mike's money, but, I'll take that compliment. But, hey, maybe I might get 5, Mm-hmm. Guy like Michael Jordan gets 500. If I get 5 people that come to a Melvin Levett fantasy camp, man, I've done it. What they say, if you got one close friend that you can call, throughout your life, you're lucky. So if I get 5 participants in the Melvin Levett Fantasy Basketball Camp, oh man, come on now.
That would be awesome, and I think you'll definitely get more than that with just how passionate the UC fans are. Oh, they're just an experience like that. I think would be great. I think the fans would totally love that. And I heard that actually, and then there were some other cool things going back to the GoFundMe that fans can receive for donating.
Okay, yes, as an extra incentive, again, because we want everybody to have an opportunity to experience this, man. This is our inaugural season. Now, my plan, with this thing is to work this baby all the way through the winter, and gearing it up for next year's voting time and at-large bids and things like that. So you can expect Bearcat Jam in the next coming years. But in this inaugural season, which everybody knows the first one, is sometimes always the coolest. You never get a second chance to make that first impression. So in our first time out, I wanted to really put some things out there for some people to really be in our shoes. Put people right next to our situation. The origin of Bearcat Jam, how it came about. And that's having them partake in a lot of the behind-the-scenes things, shoot-arounds, coaches prep, one-on-one with players, one-on-one question and answers with myself. So those things are offered in our Melvin Levett fantasy package, as well as our Team Bearcat Jam fantasy package. We have a red and a black package that we had promoted to people. We're going to extend the black package to folks to be, again, behind the scenes, take part in shoot-around opportunities and pre-shoot-around things before we leave town. But, again, put them right there with us so, again, they understand and see. But most of all, again, be a part of, like I said, this inaugural, exciting opportunity for us.
And that's the thing I really like about your all's plan, is the fact that it is a long-term goal. That, obviously this year, you focus on trying to win it, but you have bigger plans than just one and done.
Yeah, the idea, again, as I said, my son is 23 years old now, and I may not have any more kids, but this is my new baby. And this baby is going to be nurtured, it's going to be fed, it's going to have a great support system. We're going to give everything we need to this newborn to make it become a full-blown, adult type of situation. Again, it's in the early stages of Bearcat Jam. We've done a lot so far to get the ball rolling with it. I think we've been able to accomplish a whole lot in our inaugural time trying to get in this tournament. Not knowing what some other teams may have done or accomplished to get in, but I know almost 950 votes in the first year of trying to get in the tournament has to rank up there with one of the highest ever, trying to get into the tournament the first season.
Exactly. It was a great response by the fans. Third place in the Midwest in voting. And then, of course, you have been the 8th seed, so you're the home team, basically, for that first round game against Texas, the Matadors. What's your thoughts on the Matadors? What have you...
I've looked at their roster. As every roster, you can't look at what's on paper and judge a book by its cover. Basketball is going to speak for itself, and watching the TBT this past weekend and how the team strategized themselves out west, and then in the Big East pod today that I watched, man, it's just going to be a chess game, and it's going to be which team strategizes, off the cuff. I think that's going to win the game. What I mean by off the cuff is, timely pressing situations, like picking the ball up full court after a made basket on certain possessions. Just catching the team off guard, slapping the zone, 2-3 zone in the half court on the team. when they expect it to come down and run on a man-to-man. Throwing another gimmick 1-3-1 defense or something, special situations I think are going to be key. Coming out of timeouts, if you got a underneath situation, all right, an inbounds situation to try to score out of a timeout. All those things I think are going to be majorly important. Of course, athleticism is going to speak for itself. Guys will get baskets due to that. It'll be an open game that way. But I think what will be the difference, and what has been the difference so far in the games that I've watched, is the fact that these guys at Marquette and at Gale Force out there with St. Mary's have put some things out there to make you think. You know what I mean? And this again, it's a quick situation. The game is moving fast, and to make you think on the fly, sometimes some players may not be, ready for that in only 2 practices with their teams, with only maybe a session or 2 to meet with them. Because again, a lot of guys are coming from respective overseas places, and respective places that they live in their respective cities where they're from, and they haven't had a lot of time, with their teams. And we're going to be one of those teams in that situation, but we'll get a good 8 days, to strategize. All of our guys have, just finished their seasons, and so they're in shape. We don't have to spend too much time with that. It's just coming together to put our playing together pretty much as a unit.
Excellent. Yeah, I've been talking to some of the other teams, and like you said, the big thing is it's not what the team is on paper, it's what they can really do. Same with, like, when I talked to Team Fredette the other day, they were talking about, some of the times the team's roster that shows isn't always the team that shows up to the game. So that's, of course, a huge factor. With your matchup against Tech or the Matadors, any concerns about some of the players from that 2004-2005 team, the Justin Grays, the Ronald Rosses, that kind of thing?
Obviously, and looking at it and respecting, everybody's talent level. Yes, those guys will be factors, man. Just like, I know they're looking at the fact that Deontay Vaughn is, on 7 different or 6 different statistical categories in the record books here at the University of Cincinnati. Just like Casimir Wright is the all-time steals leader, here at the university. I still hold a record for 10 3-pointers in the game. So, hey, we got some guys here ourselves, too, that I think they're paying attention to. Coriante DeBerry is a monster on the inside that can clear a lot of space when you throw that ball on the inside to him in a one-on-one situation. Rashad Bishop on the wing, a great defender that we've had here at the University of Cincinnati that did some great defensive prowess here during his time. On the wing for us, Tim Crowell is going to change that pace, man, with his speed and quickness defensively and getting up and down the floor. Jeff Robinson, from Xavier. Ding, 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 ding. There's our wild card. Mm-hmm. A lot of people may not have thought that was, the best thing. I had a lot of people chime in saying, hey, how about this guy? Why not this guy? To let everyone know, the pool went out to a lot of people. This list went out to a lot of folks. A lot of guys wasn't able to compete due to other obligations and looking forward to other things that were coming up professionally. And I understand that. But as a general manager and as a coach, we had to make sure we put together a situation that we were going to be vulnerable. We lost Octavius Ellis to a foot surgery. So we need to fill some voids. So Jeff Robinson being 6'10", 6'11", athletic, put his dunk highlight film out there. Actually, I put his highlight film out there, and it was nothing but dunks. I didn't see a layup on the thing. I think every basket he scored at Xavier was a dunk. But being an athletic 6'10" guy, he's going to give us a matchup situation where we're going to be able to extend the floor with him. We're going to be able to throw that ball to him, and he can be able to get a basket for us 14 feet in by putting the ball on the floor and going around somebody. Greg Williams, 6'4" guard that played along with him in the ABA League, Kentucky Enforcers here. Same type of player, man. Changes the game athletically. Strong 6'4" guard. Is going to take the ball out of Deontay Vaughn's hand a little bit so I can move on to the two, so we can get some scoring out of Vaughn. Because again, Vaughn is on the scoring list and the assist list here at the UC. So we're going to use our pieces, man, multi-dimensionally. We're gonna match up well with some teams, and we're gonna not maybe match up well with some teams, but I think in that case we're gonna use again our ability, our know-how, our strengths to make things happen. We got a great roster of guys. Marvin Gentry is going to shoot that basketball on the wing for us at that two spot. It's another guard that we have. Again, man, we're going to be okay. I think we're going to be okay in our first season. We'll compete. I think we established the credibility that we need to establish with the TBT. I think they're excited about us.
Excellent. And then, of course, not that you're looking ahead, because obviously, you're taking the Matador serious, but in the second round, though, if you do, or when you do make to the second round, playing against a home team, basically, in the Scarlet and Gray, the Ohio State alumni.
Duke versus UC all over again for me. That would be unbelievable. Because an opportunity like that I didn't get in college to play against those guys, being that I am from Cleveland as well, being an Ohio guy, it's every game that you kind of look for. But that would be my Duke moment all over again. To face those guys in the second round, in their place, well, not so much in their place, but in their home city, where a lot of the guys are making their home now. So it'd be like Trajan Langdon when we were in Alaska. So yeah, it will be at Ohio State's place. To play these guys again in their place, a moment like that, and to have an opportunity to take them down, man. I mean, wow. You talk about a game that, again, I know a lot of other guys on this roster would have loved to have had while they're at UC. But it's a prelude to our season opener as well. So if we can tie all these storylines in together, man, leading up into next November around here, that'd be so exciting.
Yeah, I can imagine when Fifth Third reopens and Ohio State comes down to the Fifth Third Arena. It's going to be huge, just like when you all go up there to play them in the TBT is going to be huge. So some great things there. You mentioned the different players that are playing for the team. Tell us about your coaching staff.
The coaching staff, I got Eric Hicks, obviously former player. He's been playing also with the Kentucky Enforcers. As a basketball player, played the last several years. Brought Eric on for his post prowess, underneath skills. Can teach the guys again when they come in here, how to be a little bit more brutal. Because Eric was a guy that beat you up, but at the same time, I think Eric playing at the level that he's played professionally overseas as well. I think he's grasped a little bit of knowledge of the game. Is going to bring some definite situational things to the plate for us. So, excited to have Eric as a former basketball player. Andre Tate, former University of Cincinnati assistant, former longtime Cincinnati State head coach, and now Wynwood's high school varsity coach, who I'm out here with as an assistant. Is going to bring a wealth of knowledge to the situation, a wealth of knowledge to the situation, and it is going to be great to have Andre Tate's mind, his inspiration as a former Bearcat in this situation. I think that brings a lot more fanfare to things that's going on, brings a little bit more Bearcat folklore involved to what's going on. So again, happy to have both former Bearcats, Eric Hicks and Andre Tate. Going on to another one of our former Bearcats, pillar of the early stages with Bob Huggins, Curtis Boston, an athlete that I marveled at my late stages of high school, coming down here to watch Midnight Madness and things like that, to see prowess that he's had the last several years. He's an addition as far as helping take care of those type of things. But his coaching prowess as well, his knowledge as a former player and being a Cincinnati Bearcat, I think brings, again, another person to this situation that, again, I think people enjoyed, people loved, and quite frankly, would like to see again. So again, happy to have another former Bearcat a part of the situation, and being Curtis Bostic, a guy I totally looked up to, being getting down here. And finally, we have Trisha Mackey. Trisha Mackey has been part of coaching now, I know, over 8 years, if I'm not mistaken. Know she did some coaching at the high school level in Kentucky. Has been on the AAU circuit with coaching for years. And a very, 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 very respectable pillar in the city of Cincinnati, period. Everybody knows that face. That face has been in your living room for over a decade, I know. I've been watching, ever since I got down here in 95. So, Trisha's a person that is recognizable to people. Again, she's very credible as far as who she is as an individual and as a person. And I couldn't be more excited to, have someone, of her stature, a part of the situation as well. She was really excited about the invitation, to be a part of this, and I really couldn't be happier to have her, round out our situation with all of our coaches. We were able to have 5, and I wanted to fill all spots. I wanted every spot filled. If I could fill them, every roster spot on the team, I would have. But every person that they gave us the opportunity to sign and have a spot for, I wanted to make sure I got it. So again, we have 5 coaches in total on our staff to fill out our situation. Dan Meyer will be our last coach. Dan Meyer, the former student of the University of Cincinnati, close friend of mine, does all the artwork for Bearcat Jam. Does a lot of unbelievable things in the toy industry, man. The guy is unbelievable. But he's going to serve as a booster, but he's our get-back coach. Everybody needs a get-back coach. You know what a get-back coach is, James?
To keep the players on the bench when they get too excited.
Exactly. We need somebody to hold everybody back. All right, and Dan Meyer's going to be that guy. Dan Meyer's going to be our get-back coach for this because, we're expecting some exciting, crazy moments. We can't be in a situation where we're getting technical fouls because guys get too overly excited and want to get on the court and celebrate and all that good stuff. So, Dan's my get-back guy.
I know what you mean. I was going to say, back when you played, obviously your exciting dunks that you would do, and then your teammates would get so excited. And
oh, yeah. Gotta have one of those guys. Bobby Brandon served as that guy towards my latter years at UC. When I was in the game late and Bobby was maybe on the bench, Bobby Brandon held guys back. There was a couple games that I know for sure on video. I saw him after a big basket holding everybody back because guys were trying to jump all over him and get ready to run on the court. Ryan Fletcher was a good get back guy too as well in my latter years.
Excellent. Before I let you go, just a couple more things. One, you mentioned a couple of the boosters. Who else is going to be supporting the team, spreading the good word for you?
Well, right now we have Dr. Charles and Amy Campbell Mills, sorry. Over 30 years of UCAT history. Been donors for over 30 years, and to have some people get involved in this campaign in our first year, again starting this out, having people like the Mills, this is a big shot in the arm to Bearcat Jam. So we're happy again that they extended the hand and the offer to help us out in this situation. So we're delighted about that. Hopefully that kind of maybe helps as an example to some other members or, UFC members to, come along in this process too, because, this team is our university's team. Yes, obviously the University of Cincinnati Bearcats men's basketball is the mainstay, but for your summer enjoyment and pleasure and things like that, we have another situation for you, which involves the same Bearcats that could have just left the previous year that you were just watching. You know what I'm saying? If they don't go on to NBA or overseas prowess, they can sign and play with us right out of leaving, and we can maybe offer them obviously a little bit of money that they deserve, and give them a shot to be in this tournament to be seen. There's 60 NBA guys in this thing that are going two-way, okay? That have two-way contracts, so to speak. Over 30-something G League affiliates. This thing is huge. Guys will be getting looked at. Guys will be seen. I've had several people contact me personally as representatives and asking, do we have players of interest? So this is a situation, again, that's very credible. And we're looking, again, to tie in all the good people involved, that's from our university, to make this, again, make it as credible as it is. Our local co-sponsor, Joe Trout, here in Cincinnati, has helped us with their brand, obviously, and promotion. Couldn't be happier about that. The more people like that steps up for us or willing to lend a hand for us like that, the more and more it's just going to really set Bearcat Jam where it needs to be set. And again, we're excited about the fact that Cincinnati now has two summer teams now, and that's FC Cincinnati and Team Bearcat Jam.
Excellent. So it sounds like there's a bright future for the Team Bearcat Jam. Obviously, you got all the exciting events coming up. So like I was saying, we'll have you recap the youth clinic and then your social media sites, and that should do.
Okay, dope. All right. Everyone out there, you can follow us or like us at on Facebook at Bearcat Jam, or follow us at Bearcat Jam CDT on Twitter. GoFundMe page campaign is up and available. Bearcat Jam TBT 2018 is the listing. We ask again if you can go on and tap the donation button and help us out. That would be great and much appreciated. But again, if you can just share the link, just to let everybody know that Bearcat Jam exists for some of those that don't know that we do exist. Share the calls, share what we got going on, and again, we look to pack those stands there in Columbus come July 21st. So LinkedIn as well, Melvin Levett on LinkedIn, Bearcat Jam General Manager. You can reach me there. I'm at Wynwoods as well, Wynwoods High School. You can contact me at levitt.melvin@wynwoods.org for any questions about camps, basketball skills training, or any other promotional events involving Bearcat Jam.
Sounds great. Thank you for joining us on the show today.